And I'm going to be very brief. I think Secretary Acosta did the right thing. There are questions surrounding the way he addressed the Epstein case, and the way he treated these young ladies, and it's extremely unfortunate. I am hopeful that the president will appoint someone who will be very sensitive to women in the workplace and who will do all the things that the American people need done for them in the Department of Labor. That is so important. But I think he did the right thing.
A record, an atrocious record, based on his completely revolting decision to agree to this sweetheart deal, a non-prosecution agreement that violated federal law. This is a guy who was nominated by the president to be responsible for policing the human trafficking laws, to protect the vulnerable, to make sure that child labor laws weren't broken, and he never should have been there in the first place. It's revolting that it took this long. I led a letter with my colleagues to the Department of Justice to get answers to the questions on how this non-prosecution agreement could have been sanctioned in the first place. We don't have answers to those questions. We still need them, and we have a number of other people besides Acosta that we need to hear from. We'd like to hear from, so that we can really make sure that our oversight in Congress is to make sure that we can use our authority to prevent terrible things like this from ever happening again.
I think it was the right thing to do. I called for his resignation along with others yesterday in a letter to various folks, and I think that he just lost his moral authority as head of the Department of Labor, especially when he, on top of failing to hold Mr. Epstein accountable a long time ago, cut the DOL funding for human sex trafficking by 80%. I mean, the data points start to line up, and there's a pattern emerging of just, poor treatment of women, and it's reprehensible. I hope that this is a lesson for everybody that, this type of behavior is unacceptable.